You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. I had to start with that. Welcome to Roxtalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. I'm Roxanne Wilson. And yes, we're talking about Vanity this week. That song, all by the way, always made me laugh because the song was about him. So he actually was right. But okay, Carly Simon, I'm with you. Yes, we're going to be talking about vanity numbers. Are vanity numbers your demise? Are they what's stopping you from leveraging your social media to grow your team and to get more sales? I think it is. And I want you to know I tried to not have this conversation with you, but in light of just too much, we're going to have it this week. So we'll be right back. What's one of the biggest issues that savvy network marketers have when it comes to posting on Instagram? It's the creation of all the things. You get how it works. You understand that you need carousels and reels and info images, but creating them so that they are branded for you to increase your saves, to increase your shares, to increase your comments, and increase your team and your sales is something that just isn't happening. I get it. Instagram keeps growing and they want you to grow with it. That's why I created something called Social Templates Club, which network marketers like you are rocking and enjoying already. Social Templates Club provides you with customizable templates for all the big things you need to be doing on Instagram, your carousels, your info images, stories, and reels. Each month, you'll get a curated group of 4 of each of those categories so that you can create any image style you need and make sure that it sets you up as an expert. And if you're not sure how to make yourself an expert, don't worry. All the templates come with prompts and they're good to go. People who've already started with Social Templates Club have already said that it was a no-brainer for them and it's taking them to the next level. Would you like help with like that? Check out socialtemplates.club.com for more information. So yes, we're talking about vanity numbers this week. And I think I mentioned to you earlier that it's something I really didn't want to talk about. I felt like it should just be an obvious thing, honestly. And sometimes I feel like if you give voice to these things that are so ridiculous, then maybe you're making it a thing, but I can ignore it no longer. I even tried to do it on like my little Facebook Live and like do it on, not little, but those live shows and not dedicate a timeless podcast to it. But vanity numbers are rearing their ugly head and they're hurting you and your business. So we got to talk about them. First of all, let me define vanity numbers. Have you ever been on Instagram and you look and you're like, oh my gosh, that person has 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 1 million followers. And you're like, first of all, if they have that many followers, they must know what they're doing. They must be an expert. They must be doing better at their business than I am. Have you ever had that? For some of you might be saying, it's not even the thousands, Roxanne, it's just more than I have. I want to let you in on a little secret when it comes to social media. Those numbers mean goose egg absolutely nothing. In fact, those numbers only mean what you make them mean. I often, people will send me things and go, look at this person. And I don't even pay attention to the amount of followers they have. Why? Because I know how to look a little deeper. And today I want to not only show you how to look a little deeper, but hopefully empower you to realize that those numbers mean nothing. The reality of it is, if you want 10,000, 20,000, a million followers, you could go buy them tomorrow. I want to say that again, you go buy them. And in some cases, you could buy them for next to nothing. But I've always learned, and this is another example where it's true, that it's not about quantity, it's about quality. Don't we know this? We should know this. The same thing that we know in life is true about social media. It is not about the quantity of followers you have, it's about the quality. There are people right now who are making buku dollars in their business, whether it's network marketing or otherwise. And they have a piddly amount of network marketers if you're basing it on numbers and expectations. In fact, if you saw how much they were making, you'd say there's no way, no how that they're making that based on their Instagram follower numbers. See, because they're not all about the numbers, they're about the quality. You could have 10,000, 100,000, a million followers, but if none of those followers are actually people who want to buy what you're offering, who are buying into know, liking, and trust what you have to say, who are ready to join your team or even give you great referrals, it means nada. It means nothing. Now, the way I teach social media to network marketers like you is very specific. everything I do it for you. Just kidding. I love the song. I do it for you. That's true. But everything that I do is based on getting you quality people. In fact, one of the best things I love to hear when I'm meeting with my one-on-one clients or my elite members is when they say, I feel like I love my growth. I love my follower growth on Instagram because I feel like I'm speaking to my people and they're engaging with me and I'm engaging back. Now, you'd hear that and you'd be like, oh, she must have a gajillion followers. Not necessarily, because the two do not equal each other. This is not 1 + 1, okay, equals 2. That's not what this is. It's not, it's more like oranges and apples, quite frankly. The quantity is not as important as the quality. If you asked me, and you can ask me this any day, twice on Sunday, hey, Roxanne, would you prefer to have 20,000 followers that are of people in general, or would you prefer to have 2,000 network marketers following you on Instagram? I'm going to tell you what, the 2,000 network marketers. Why? Because network marketers is my target market. It's the people I'm talking to, the people that I'm serving. Same thing with you. Now, of course, you need to know your target market to get there. And if you don't know your target market, just a reminder, we are doing Target Market Tuesdays in the month of July. Just come to the free Facebook group, Social Media for Network Marketers, and we're working through helping you get to your target market. And this is reason number gajillion why you need to have a target market, because you want to be clear on who you're talking to. If you have the ability to have your target market, think about your ideal customer, your ideal team member, you know who she is. What would it be like if you had 2,000 of her as opposed to 20,000 of every Tom, Dick, and Harry? Considering she's probably not a Tom, Dick, or Harry anyway, you're going to pick the 2,000. And if you're not, then we got to work on that because you are so vain. You probably think this song is about you. All kidding aside, if you think that the quantity means that someone is good at something or that you're good at something, you got it wrong. You have to look a little deeper. And if you're looking at someone going, how does she have that many followers? Sometimes, like I said, she bought them. She got them because she bought them. You can tell. I mean, if you see someone's profile and they have like 100,000 followers and then you look and they don't have likes, they don't have comments, those aren't real people. I got news for you. Sure, she has the vanity number. Good for her. Yay. You have the vanity, but how much money is she actually making that she can trace back to work she's doing on social media? See, social media gets such a bad rap, right? Facebook, Instagram gets such a bad rap. Like, are you just playing on social media? Get off social media. You hear this all the time. Maybe it's from your significant other, or maybe you're hearing it from other people on your team saying, are you just piddle paddling on social media? No, there's so much value to be had on Facebook and Instagram for your business. But if you're focused on the wrong things, then yeah, you are just piddle paddling. If you're focused on the amount of followers you have as opposed to the quality of followers, it makes a huge difference. When I lose followers, which I lose followers on a daily basis, I also gain them on a daily basis. The thing goes with like, when I lose them, I'm like, awesome, they're not my target market. It's just like when we talk about emails and your email list. The people who leave are not your target market. Good, because you want to be talking to your target market. I want the people on my Instagram to be so tapped in that when I do a reel, and this happens, PS, and by the way, when I do a reel about something coming up, they automatically are commenting saying, great, I'm going to buy it or I'm going to check it out. Or I can see, because I am able to trace that, I can see from reel, they hopped over through a link and bada bing, bought my stuff. See, because to me, that's more important. And interestingly enough, many of the reels that I've done that technically get fewer viewership are the ones that are converting to sales. Why? Because I targeted them specifically. I could do a reel dancing all around the place. Sure, I'd get a lot of views. Absolutely. Or I could do every reel with my dog who is with me. And you'll probably saw her earlier. She's 6, so she's with me all right now on this. And I would get a lot of views, but my target market are not Yorkie owners. My target market are not dancers. Now, might they dance? Might they have Yorkies? Yes, but that is not my target market. And so it's better for me to do a reel that I know will get fewer views, but by golly gee willikers, we'll get viewers from network marketing companies. We'll get viewers from Pampered Chef and from Modere and from Rodan and Fields and wherever. It matters. Recently, someone looked at one of my clients and said, well, she must not be very good because her viewership, I'm not impressed with the amount of followers that she has. That was the stupidest thing I've heard. I don't like to use the word stupid, but that's just dumb. And little did that person know that my client who has been rocking her business and has been leveraging social media in a great way has a robust business. Why? Because the people who follow her are people who want what she has to offer. And so much more valuable than that person and how many ever followers she had, who she's scaling around trying to figure out and can't even like focus. Like if you cannot see the difference between vanity numbers and quality, if you can't hear that, if you're so tone deaf that that is not speaking to you, then and I know I sound harsh, but I have to be right now because I've got to get this through your head. Because if you are so concerned about the number of followers, you're in for a lot of hurt on social media. You're in for frustration. You're in for just running around trying to find the golden calf and thinking anyone who has followers must be the one who knows the answer. You're going to be grasping at straws. And so yeah, I know I don't sound very nice right now, but you know what? I'm not for everyone. And I really, really tapped into that over the last little bit that I'm okay with that. One of my good friends said to me the other day when we had tea, actually. We had tea. And she said, the tone of your lives has really changed. She's like, I think since you got back from vacation. I'm like, really? Since vacation? She's like, they have. She's like, you've been cutting through. And I go, I think it's because I have finally accepted I'm not for everyone. Every network marketer is not going to like me. In fact, there'll be plenty who don't. I'm going to piss off a lot of them because I refuse to be a lemming and I refuse to teach people to be a lemming. I want you to think for yourself. And if thinking for yourself, it's your point where you're like, I disagree with you, Roxanne, that's okay. But I at least want to give you all the tools and give you another way of thinking so you can make that decision. So yeah, I know I'm being harsh right now. And I know I said some strong things to those who refuse to look past vanity numbers. But I have to ask, if you can't look past, I would think what you've heard from me today gives you okay, good. So the next time I see someone, I'm not going to just assume and feel less than and assume that numbers means anything. Or if I'm wondering, I'll look and see how much engagement do they actually have. But if this doesn't tap into you have to ask yourself why you're so concerned about what other people can see and not what's actually going on. I'm going to say it again. Because if you are tapped into vanity numbers and you think that someone's follower count matters to how well their business is going, then you are so focused on what other people can see and not what's actually going on underneath the hood. So maybe there's some soul searching that needs to go on there. And I hope that you work through that because when you do, again, the clarity that you're looking for, the vision you're looking for, the ability to work your social media and understand the purpose, the ability to not get discouraged if your number count goes down, to see that as a celebration because now you're tapped in more to the people you want to talk to really realize that it doesn't matter how many people you have as long as those people are people you're connecting with. Vanity numbers are the exact, I love to say that I created that term, but I didn't. In fact, it was like 5-6 years ago now that I heard that term from a influencer who had plenty of followers, the whole shebang. She was on a podcast. I was listening and she's like, listen, we cannot get obsessed or focus on vanity numbers because they don't matter, especially with what you're doing. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a reason that some people want to have that number because maybe they're trying to pitch themselves. Like if you're trying to pitch yourself to Nordstrom and they're like, what's your follower count? Okay, I can see that, but that's not what you're doing. You are trying to tap into your target market as a small business. You want to tap into as many people that are them, right? That are your target market, resonate with them and let that grow your business. And that's what you're doing. It's your marketing. You want to get your marketing so tapped in that you're talking to your specific people. And that means your goal is not vanity numbers. Your goal is quality. All right, I feel like I've said enough. And hey, listen, if I pissed you off, let me know. I would love to have the dialogue with you. I'm totally fine with that. You can find me on Instagram at Roxtalks. If you agree with me, let me know that too. And if you watched or listened to the podcast and you want to share something in your stories, awesome. Even if you're like, I'm annoyed with you, Roxanne. That's your episode that pissed me off. I will share that in my stories. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not one of those, you know them, who are like, you would disagree with me. Now I'm going to block you. None of that nonsense. I respect your opinion because I want you to respect mine. You don't have to agree with me, but at least I made you think. And if I got you mad today, right? Ideally, I want you to like resonate and go, oh, that makes so much sense. But maybe I got you mad. Guess what? I got you thinking. And the more you think about this topic, the better you are going to be at your business. Don't let vanity numbers circa what was going on in 2017. So many network marketers are still, and you're like, wait a moment, but you're in a new company now. Or wait a moment, you're supposed to be the leader of your company. Wait a moment, people are watching you. And yet you're still doing things from 2017 and you're hanging on to them like it's a life preserver. And what you don't realize is those things you're hanging on to are actually the anchor that's going to sink you. Let go. And so if I got you riled up and you're thinking about things a little differently, then I've done my job. I've done my job for you. I've done my job for network marketing as a whole. I've done my job for just getting this whole industry a little bit more respect and helping you think about it like a business and not just like a plaything. All right, we'll be right back with Behind the Scenes. If you watch the podcast, you might notice that my outfit's a little interesting today. And if you're not watching, you're like, I might need to check this out. It's because I have Baylor with me, my sweet baby dog. She had her head out initially, but she's put it away. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Say hi. She's not feeling well. We tried to transition her to healthy food, like non, actually, I'll tell you, to just food for dogs, food that's cooked at a kitchen grade, all those things. And I've spent some time researching the different ones, and I thought I had it down. And I do believe it's still the right one. But she's a little dog. She's super sensitive. Dogs are sensitive anyway to transitioning food. And she has IBD anyway. And so it did not go well at all. So we've been dealing with that the last week. And we went to the vet yesterday because it got that bad. She's doing okay, but when she's not feeling well, she really just wants to be either in my lap or in my lap. And I need my hands and I'm not sitting down. So I'm telling you, this sling I got is probably the best purchase I got for my dog because she loves to be sitting here. So she's been in here for the past 3 days now. But we're on the mend. We think we're getting better, right, Books? Right, Baylor? Anyhow, what else is going on? Well, it is mid-month. We're almost at mid-month. So when this is being recorded, tomorrow is the kickoff to the Reels 5-day Instagram challenge. And I got to tell you, the buzz already from the people who are in it, they're so engaged. If you're watching it or listening, you guys are so engaged. I'm so excited. Like, I'm so excited about tomorrow because you're in it to win it. And I see that and you're focused. And I'm super excited about what you're going to learn and what we've got prepared for you. So that's been super exciting. And then, of course, the kickoff for Social Templates Club is also this week. Again, you're listening. Behind the scenes is always like before, after. So you see it already. But Social Templates Club, which was really birthed from me trying to solve a solution, not really knowing how to do it and figuring it out. And I looked back the other day and I realized this is something that I've been working on in different iterations for about a year. And then the last 90 days, I'm like, yeah, to get this figured out with a lot of things that happen with Reels changing, all those things. But I'm really super excited. So just so you know, Social Stories members, my initial Grand Poobah membership, they got a little preview of Social Templates Club this week during our office hours and during the elite group coaching call. And then on Saturday, I sent out an email to them just letting them know as members of that membership, they got the skip the line. If you want to be a founding member of Social Templates Club, here's your opportunity to do it. I have to tell you, like, yesterday was such a fun day because the email was all scheduled to go out early. I wake up at like 7 and I already have members in a new club. And what you learn and what my coaches, that I'm coached by, to teach you that when you have a new concept, you don't know if it's actually going to work until you get a sale. Even if one person joins, then you've got a viable thing. And so to wake up, and Mies, I'm going to shout you out. I am Mies, who is amazing. I woke up and I was like, Mies is now a member of Social Templates Club. I'm like, which seriously, I am that girl who remembers those things. Like, I can tell you that Kat Johnson was the very first Social Stories member to say, I'm all in, I'm going to commit to a year. Similarly, Mies, now you made it a club. You made it a real thing. And I was talking to her after the next day. I said, I have to tell you, you made it official. And she said, well, I woke up, I saw that email. And she's like, it was a no-brainer. I just knew. And I was like, I don't know. And I'm getting goosebumps as I get here, maybe even a little emotional, because as an entrepreneur and as someone who's so committed to helping network marketers, when you get when someone's like, it was a no-brainer. Like, it was just all right, Roxanne, you hit the nail on the head. I am a solution creator, and I created a solution for the problem. And I exhaled. I'm a little teary even thinking about it right now because I just know that it's going to help. And we have so many exciting things planned for the next. I mean, we already know where we're going with Social Temples Club for the next 6 months at least already. And really that's spearheaded based on what Instagram tells us they're interested in. And we're making templates that are so in tune with what Instagram likes and with what network marketers need. And so I'm really thrilled. And like I said, I mean, the founding member group, we are keeping that to 50, and we're not there yet. When you hear it'll be over, but like already we're knocking on halfway through that just from one email sent to a discrete amount of people on a weekend. So I'm really excited. That launch comes on Wednesday in the middle of the challenge. And I'm just so excited to be serving so many network marketers in this way and really helping them up level their look, their feel on Instagram, and help them to stop being the ones who are always regramming things. Let's get you things that are regrammed. Let's get you things that people are sharing. I want that for you so badly. And so I know Social Templates Club is going to help you get there. I also have to say, that's the big thing. So that's been going on. Baylor's been sick. We're working on that. This week is a huge week. And I'm really excited for what's to come. Also, P.S. and by the way, did you hear that my boys from NSYNC and Backstreet and Boyz II Men are coming together for a concert? You best believe I will be there. You haven't heard. I cannot wait. I'm going to say bye, and head out to Vegas for that concert. So I'm just so excited about that. Just had to mention that because the world needs to know. And I'll also mention we are like 2 weeks away from the Olympics. So it's a good month. The Suns are about to play in game 3 of the finals. That's also exciting for me. So I'm going to go watch them. They start very soon. But I want you to know and remember, you are not ahead. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of the Roxtalks Social Stories, Social Templates Club community. And I can't wait to see you or talk to you on another episode of Roxtalks. We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.